Welcome, 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 beloved community. We are back again with yet another installment of the People's Water Board Coalition's Water Wednesdays webcast. And as always, I am here with my beloved co-host, Valerie Jean.
Hi, everyone.
We cannot forget our behind the scenes tech guru, Miss Angelica, who brings you all of those reels and shorts and consistent content week after week. She keeps us running smoothly, and we really couldn't do the show without her.
Right.
And today we have two very special guests that are near and dear to our hearts. We have Jannan Cornstalk, who is here as the founder of the Water is Life Festival. Now, when I tell you about this festival, when you hear about it, people, we expect you to show up and show out. She is the founder. We also have Mr. Sean Miller here, who is the talent buyer for the Water is Life Festival. And they're here to tell us all about it, what we can look forward to, location and everything. And everything, all the information will be listed in the description box below. So it's a short show and we're going to jump right into it.
That's right. Thanks for being here, guys.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Super glad to be here. Thanks
Thanks
Yeah,
for
for
we're
having us.
thanks
super,
for joining me,
super
Sean.
excited.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you guys here to talk about the Water is Life Festival. It's super important that folks show up to the Water is Life Festival because of the recent decision to push forward the permits for the Line 5 tunnel. And it's going to be really important for all of us to be together. So this is a really important show, and we're glad that you're here. Janann, we're going to start with you. Can you give us some background about the and history of the Water is Life Festival, why you started it, why it was important, and what it means, like what's the main purpose of it?
Well, if I could quote a couple of gentlemen from the Blues Brothers, I think I'm on a mission from God.
Okay.
The Creator is the one that put up my heart and my mind and my soul, my spirit to do the Waters Life Festival. There at that time there was the Line 5 issue, and I was doing the flotilla and I was doing the Waters Life Festival at the same time. Since then, it's gotten a little bit much for me to do that at the age of 65. I kind of like step back on some things, kind of slow down a little bit, but there's other people that have taken up that torch for me. And yeah, so originally there was a Waters Life Festival up there in Mackinac. That's originally where we had it, up by the Mackinac Bridge in Conkling Park. And it seemed like an ideal location. And, we were doing the flotilla at the time. Then folks would walk over from the flotilla at 12 o'clock and come to the festival, enjoy some music and food and, some vendors and things like that. And NGOs set up their tables and things like that. And so I did it because the other folks, I think they did the Waters Life Festival for like a year and they did not have much of success or attendance or, committee or, yeah, I don't know what the challenges were that they had, but they didn't continue that. And I was like, I would like to continue that. So I contacted some people and I met Megan Hess from We the People Michigan. And I met her at a workshop or whatever up at Bay Mills. And I was telling her, he's like, I want to do this festival. And so I kept asking her. And so, finally we made it happen. I believe it was like in 2018. So this is our 8th year. And it just amazes me that has continued. And now it has morphed into Water Weekend. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So people stick around and they enjoy the area. They enjoy the Lost Tamarack land base and they go about and do other things, but it really has morphed into Water Weekend, which I'm super glad about. So, yeah. And it was pretty much all Indigenous women on the committee, because we
Wow.
are the caretakers of the earth, of the
Right.
water, and we speak for the water. I mean, we've done songs, we've had many speakers that have come in that same type of vein of thinking, and we continue to do that. I have Indigenous women on my committee still today. Really, really important to have it, to have that. We start everything out with the water ceremony. We don't do anything when it comes on behalf of the water without doing water ceremony. This year it will be my friend Courtney Miller from Grand Traverse Band. She is coming to do
That's
that for
wonderful.
us. And I love her. She's amazing. And super happy that she's going to join us and do that for us. So we started with water ceremony. Friday night, we do
My favorite. I love it.
a feast to thank all our sponsors and supporters and volunteers. And then, people like folks like you, Valerie Jean and Nicole, you can get up and talk about your organization, Water Wednesdays, and what it is that you all do and
Uh-huh.
try to lift that up and amplify that and bring that to people. They may not know. It's kind of like a meet and greet too. You get to meet
Yeah.
Sean, and you might not meet him at the festival because Sean's going to be so busy by the stage, behind the stage, etc. So it's kind of meet and greet too, but it really is to honor without our volunteers and sponsors and donors. We cannot have a festival. Fortunately, it takes lots and lots of money to be able to do that. So I am looking for donors. I still am
Well, we'll
looking
put the
for money.
donation link. We're going to put the donation link in the description box down below. There's a lot of reasons to support the Water is Life Festival, Indigenous led. Throughout the day. Folks talk about not. They talk about water affordability. A lot of years I talk about water affordability at the festival.
Mhm.
We'll be talking about data centers, right? And a lot of other things. Also, this year, for the first time in some years, the Pipe Out Paddle Out protest is going to be happening in protest is going to be happening in the morning of the Water is Life Festival. So it's been a couple years since that's happened, and I'm super excited to be helping organize that and to be a part of that. The two of them feel good. It's that it feels good that they're together, and it feels important and historical always to have the two together. So I'm so excited about all
Yeah,
of the things. But there's a
and
lot of reasons to support the Water is Life Festival, and the donation link will be in the description box
yeah,
below.
to lift that up as well and make people aware of that. Andrea Pierce is the one that heads that up, and we used to, do that together. And so then I had to step back from that, but she does an amazing job, and we give an award out at the festival every year. It's like Valerie Jean, you have been a reciprocant
I
of that.
have 2023 recipient
And
of the Water is Life Festival Award.
yeah, and so that we recognize somebody that is doing work in their everyday life, in their job, and just, it's not easy being a water warrior. It really
Amen.
takes a lot. It pulls at your heartstrings. It's a lot of dedication. You got to tow your family along, and a lot of these, gatherings or protests or, advocating for the water. It is not easy because we
Mhm.
have many, many multi-billion-dollar corporations and
That's right.
folks like that we are fighting against. So it's not easy. But yeah, we give out a Water Warrior Award at the festival, and Andrea Pierce is our recipient this year. So
I'm so
super happy for
excited.
her.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm so excited, and it's so well deserved. And I'm so happy that it's going to her this year. It just couldn't be going to a better person.
Mhm. Well, I first of all, before I get to Sean, I just want to say that it is amazing to hear that there's an organization, that there is an event that is not only led completely by Indigenous folk, which is just in and of itself the way everything really should be. I mean, I could be a little biased, but that's how I feel. You are the originators of this earth. So there's that. Secondly, the fact that it seems like it's very much feminine led, which we are the mothers of the planet. I just think that's awesome to hear that. And also to hear that Andrea, who's a dear friend of us, of both of us, is receiving the award this year. I couldn't think of someone who deserved it better.
That's right.
But with you, Sean, I wanted to kind of pivot a little bit off of the question. First of all, what is a talent buyer? Because I'm sure our
So
viewers are going to be like, what?
it's really what the title is. I buy the talent for the festival, so I get the fun job of curating the music for the day.
So, for our viewers and hopefully attendees, could you tell all of the attendees what they can look forward to with this year's festival?
Yeah, so I've been involved with the festival in the past as a performer, but this is my second year as talent buyer. And I think we have a great lineup this year, starting beginning of the day all the way through 9 o'clock at night. We're gonna
Wow.
start with a water acknowledgement song with a drumming group, actually Janann's son
Wow.
from
Oh,
Wisconsin.
wonderful.
And then continues with a great female act called Sunny. I think she's from Texas.
Mm,
I think
And
she's
then we
part
move
Hawaiian as
into
well.
a singer-songwriter in the round, which is there'll be 3 singer-songwriters on stage, and they'll each take turns and going around in a circle for about an hour and just share some songs. And those are 3 local singer-songwriters.
Right.
Yeah, and we go through the day with some other fun groups. We have a rock band called Levitator from
mm.
Petoskey that did really great last year, so we brought them back.
Right.
That is it sounds like you have an awesome lineup and a little bit of something
Yeah,
for everyone.
yeah, and we're really excited. We're gonna end the day with an all-female group called the Rebel Eves.
They're
Okay.
great. They're great.
Yeah, the Rebel Eves. They're an Americana group from kind of Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and Nashville area.
Okay.
So nice female trio powerhouse. And then from Detroit, we have a great blues player. His name's Chris Canis, who Janan's seen once before, but he's playing at the Venetian Festival this week.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he'll be headlining our festival in September. So,
That's
got a
This
great.
full
all
day
sounds
music and activities.
great.
Yeah.
It just sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
And
I
then
like
aside from the music too, we also have kids activities. There's a water
okay.
parade,
Wow.
vendors, food vendors, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
stuff going on throughout the day. Plus, there's going to be different like causes that are talked about, right? Data centers and things like that throughout the day. So lots of really good content and entertainment and things like that going on.
Yeah, it sounds like a very well-rounded festival. There's something for everyone. There's an educational component, there's an entertainment component, and of course, it all surrounds the greatest thing ever, which is water.
Right, right. Which
Yeah,
we certainly appreciate.
I encourage everybody to come up and let's celebrate water. It's like
Yes.
what I always ask people, what's your home address? What is your water address? And that is the body of water that you're closest to. Your home address is like very personal. It's like I live at 201 Lafayette, and then like I can rattle that off or whatever and talk about the outside of the building, the part. I mean, all that stuff. I know this about my home. It's very personal. When I get here, I'm like, I feel safe. I feel like this is the place where I can go and hang my hat, kick my shoes off, and, do what I do. And it's the same thing with your water address. To have that emotional connection with water, that's like many of the acts before they come on, I ask them that, what's your water address? So you think, feel, and identify with that body of water that you're closest to. I'm like, I don't know, 3 blocks away, have the little Traverse Bay. I can go there and look, and it's like absolutely beautiful. Every day it changes. It's never the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I
I
encourage
really love
everybody
that
to
question
come.
and asking people that question. I think it really because a lot of times people don't know and they have to really think about it. Like what is my water address? And
Right.
and how am I connected to it? It really is one of those questions that brings people all the way back, all the way to and humbles them all the way to your water address. It's really I love asking people that question.
Yeah. Yeah, I attended a talking circle at the Stewardship Network conference, and there was a lady there that asked that question. I'm like, I'm stealing that. I love that. And it really made me think, it really made it personal. I was like, yeah, it's like it really makes it, you're connected to that water that you live near. So,
Yeah.
Sean, what's your water address?
My water address right now would be Lake Charlevoix.
Lake Charlevoix.
Okay. And I
Yep,
would
I'm over in
assume,
Charlevoix County right now.
okay. And I know in Detroit, a lot of people would instantly think the Detroit River, but everyone
Sure.
that lives in Detroit there are other minor streams and brooks that are closer to their house than they are to the Detroit River.
Yeah,
Yeah, other
absolutely.
tributaries indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, also,
Um, go ahead.
Taylor Jean, I also wanted to lift up our youth area. The decisions
Wow.
that we make today are the things that we're going to leave them. I'm not going to be around forever. So Sean's daughter, what kind of world, what kind of water, what kind of land, what kind of, whatever are we going to leave for his daughter? So the things that we're doing today, the actions, being connected, coming together at the Waters Life Festival, doing the
Yes.
flotilla against Line 5, those are all going to have impacts on those young folks that
Right.
they don't even know that we're doing this for them, really. In that
Yeah.
youth area, it's art, it's engagement, it's educational.
It's
The
always a lot of fun.
Great
It
Lakes
is.
Fishing Commission, they bring live sea lampreys, which are really creepy, but I mean, they're an educational tool. That's an invasive species in our Great Lakes. A lot of people don't know about them and what they do and how harmful that they are. So
Yeah.
we try to have, and Valerie Jean knows this, we try to have a lot of takeaways from the festival. You hear about data centers, you hear about PFAS, you hear about, and then it comes across your Facebook feed like, oh yeah, they were talking about that at the Waters Life Festival. The other thing
Huh?
is the ladies that bring the artesian water from all over Michigan. And you can fill up your water bottle. You can get infused water, but that's a time when you go there and do that, and they engage with you on a non-confrontational over water,
Our
and
dear friend Joanne Couch does that.
to have some open conversations about water, about PFAS, about Line 5, about
Uh-uh.
data centers, about, water equity, about privatization. I mean, there's so many different water issues, but that's a point where we can have a conversation over water and celebrate water at the same time. So I lift those ladies up too. Pretty cool
Yeah, I
that they come
appreciate
there
that.
every year and do that. So bring your BYOB, bring your own bottle and fill it up at the
Yeah,
Waters Life
refill.
Festival.
Yeah, we won't have, there's never, and throughout the whole water weekend, and we're going to be talking about other things in future shows about the water weekend. We're going to be talking about the flotilla with Andrea and, uh, and talking about, how people come up and camp and things like that. But always, always, always bring your own refillable water bottle because you won't see bottled water in plastic at, uh,
It's a
at
big
the festival or
no-no.
anywhere else. That's not
It's a
what we
big
do here, but
no-no.
we always have a water station set up for people to refill because we are not feeding back into these corporations. We're just not, that's not what we do. So how can folks get involved? This is a question for both of you. How can folks get involved and what are the details to attend? What do folks need to know? And again, all of these details will be down below, but we want folks to know. Where's it going to
Well,
be? What do they need to know?
festival is completely free and open to anyone of any background, orientation, gender, religion, any celebrate the water with us. Come on down.
It's a
It's at
human
the
festival.
Yeah,
exactly.
I strongly encourage
It's in
people
Petoskey
to.
this year.
Yep, 200 Watchtower Avenue, and it's on our website. And there's a map on several different pages. I encourage you to register online. We have over 40 different door prizes that you'll be eligible. You do need to be present to win. I went one year and tried to mail people stuff. I will never do that again. People don't write people don't write legibly or they don't give their real email or whatever. It's like, so you have to be
Yeah.
present to win. But one night stay at the Courtyard Marriott, $100 of downtown. We give a Home Depot gift bucket with $100 worth of stuff, lots and lots of door prizes. So you're eligible for that. So you will literally have a takeaway from the festival if you win a door prize.
That's great. And that's a lot of door prizes. How wonderful.
Yes,
There
yes, it is.
is.
Well, Jannan, before we wrap up, anything else that folks need to know?
Yeah, any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, you can. I think they put our donation thing. We're ongoing with fundraising. It takes lots and lots of money to do a free festival, which we're perfectly happy with doing because we think that the water is that important.
It
So,
is.
go and talk to the water and the creator and ask them for help in all of these different water issues. And I can leave you with a quote. And what I say is water is the most unique element in the universe.
It
Without it, we cannot
is.
live. It is part of our lifeways.
It is.
It's my relative and your relative, so let's treat it like that.
Thank you for that.
That's a good way to sum up final thoughts about water. It's the most awesome element there is. It's our mother, our sister, our ancestor. It's all of that in one.
Right. Right. Well, thank you both so much for dedicating your life to doing this work and protecting the water and bringing people together to protect the water. We're going to be talking, like I said, we're going to be talking a lot more about Water Weekend in the days ahead here on Water Wednesday. We very much participated in it, and the People's Water Board Coalition is always happy to talk about it and be a part of it. And until the times are really hard, friends. Look out for each other, take care of each other, and try to stay afloat together.
No
Bye.
no pun
Bye.
intended.
All
Yeah.
right.
And thank you guys.